Brian Kerr. Liverpool are setting a very different pace these days.
Yes, indeed. I mean, they've dropped 2 points so far, 40 points out of 42. That's hot stuff. And It's not like they've had it handy and they've been playing the easy teams. When you played 14 matches, unless the fixture list was completely skewed, which it isn't, because they had it handy, but they haven't. They've played all the teams up around them, and they've beaten Leicester and they've beaten Chelsea and they've drawn at Manchester United and they've beaten Manchester City. So fair play to them.
Yeah. If you had Nathan and I were talking at half time when it was looking like an 11-point lead over both Leicester and Manchester City, and you're almost ready to give Liverpool the title. Obviously it's very early to do that. The one thing which might give the neutral who wants a bit of a title race a bit of hope is that over the last few weeks it's not like Liverpool have been steamrolling teams either.
No, I've said that in we've been talking about on the television with Graham Souness during the week, and I said that would give everyone hope, but it also keeps the nervousness among Liverpool supporters and Liverpool former players and everyone who likes Liverpool, that something could happen and they could run into a bad patch and have a blip, because they're not steamrolling teams as they did in last season particularly. Where they were, or maybe for the last 2 seasons, where they won a lot of games clearly, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, that sort of stuff. That's not happening at the moment. I mean, I think it's the fact that the only game they've won by more than 1 goal has been against Manchester City. They beat Manchester City 3-1, but the rest of them have all been 1-0s or 2-1s. So they haven't been playing particularly well or blowing teams out of it. Everyone has done all right against them. Every opposition has given them a hard match. So in those circumstances, now Fabinho is out. I presume the goalkeeper is going to get suspended. Probably only get 1 match, will he, for that incident yesterday? It's not like it's an automatic 3 these days anymore, is it? When somebody gets put off. But Adrian didn't look great when he came on yesterday, but look, he has those early matches of the season under his belt, and they know they can rely on him to a degree. That he's been in there. It's not like he's a raw boy getting thrown into it, but they will miss Fabinho, but they've still got good options. Keita hasn't played recently at all. He hasn't really been in the action, and Oxlade-Chamberlain played yesterday. Milner didn't start. They've still got good enough options around the middle of the field. Henderson dropped back into that position he was playing in until Fabinho got his act together. So well, I'm suggesting that they could have a blip and they could drop some points, and suddenly if you lose a match and you have a draw and you've dropped 5 points, we know that Manchester City in particular are capable of putting a run together, of winning 14-15 games in a row is not out of the question for them. Then you could have a proper race again, but at the moment Liverpool going so well that it's hard to see them getting caught. But we should not write off everyone else yet.
No.
And Joe, when you think of all the European stuff, they're in a scramble now. They've got to go to Salzburg and get a result to get through the group in Europe. Would it cause them deep depression if they failed? They would have a clear run then at the other competitions. That could be interesting, but I know they'll want to get through. There's money involved, there's prestige involved. The winners can't be going out, the champions can't be going out in the group stages and accepting that. And as well as that, after game 6, you get a bit of you're a break from the European thing. I know they've got to go off and play whatever it's called, the World Champions Cup thing. Whatever, they've got to go and play that game as well, that awkward match in December when they're to play the League Cup match 2 days in a row. But you do have a break from the Champions League if they can get through against Salzburg.
Yeah. And around this time last year, or maybe a bit later in the year, people were saying, well, it might be good for Liverpool to get knocked out of Europe now and help them in the league title, and then they go and win the Champions League. So you win what you can, I suppose, is the lesson they would have taken from last year.
And that was a great relief, I think, for everyone, and more so.
It saved the season in a way, didn't it?
Yeah, because Klopp, the suggestion was still there that he'd lost all those finals in a row, going back to Dortmund, and he hadn't won anything with Liverpool. They still hadn't won anything. They played, it broke that, it got that monkey off their backs, to use some sort of a phrase. But they won something last year, but it wasn't just something. It wasn't just the League Cup. It was the Champions League.
And a few of the players are on record as saying, it kick-started them into this year. So you can't underestimate the importance. Just one quick one on Liverpool, seeing as you mentioned, well, it's hard to criticise them too much, but as you said, they're not blowing teams away, they're not steamrolling teams, they're not churning out those easy 3-0, 4-0 kind of victories.
It harder, Joe.
What are you seeing in their
teams are adapting to,
so that's what it
style.
is.
You're going to say to me,
where are they
why
going
is
wrong?
it? Why is it? Well, what I'm saying is, you watch teams now from 2 seasons ago and last season even, nearly everybody starts with their back four nearer to their own goal. They're more conscious of keeping their full backs in place and having the back four in place that they're not up like 30-40 yards from goal where Mane or Salah is going to be running in behind them. They're always conscious of the space between themselves and their own goalkeeper. So Liverpool are finding that the opposition are all much more compact than they used to be. It took them time to realise the threat and the number of threats that came from Salah and Mane and Firmino when they were in full flow. Now with Liverpool, because teams are playing like that and they're often narrow defensively to keep themselves so compact, they're relying on Robertson and Alexander-Arnold to be the ones that are creating goals. We know, kind of, you hear the stats about them, how many goals are involved in, how many assists and all that across it. So everyone is better prepared than they were against them, and they're taking more risks, Liverpool, because those full backs play up so far. They leave it to 3 to defend. Fabinho with the 2 centre halves. Usually now it's Lovren and Van Dijk. Matip hasn't played, has he? He's out of the picture. Gomez is around and available, so Lovren is the one. So they are vulnerable, and they're not two of them. Van Dijk is very mobile. Lovren is less so, but they survive, and they've had the goalkeeping problems as well. I mean, Alisson hasn't had the clean sheet, although someone pointed out, Dave, I think again, pointed out that he had the clean sheet yesterday until he was put off. So, but he has, surprisingly, that he hasn't had a clean sheet, but I don't think that's an issue for them. I think as long as they keep winning games, they're happy with that.
So you've seen United draw 3-3 last week and 2-2 today. They're not dull. They're not dull, at least.
Keep sending me here.
Okay. Well, they've got Spurs and City over the next couple of days.
Yeah. I wouldn't be betting on the 0-0 draw if you're that way inclined. I think more of the same. I'd say it'll be goals. I mean, how did they approach? What will their approach be?
If I was to ask you the simple question, are they making progress or showing signs of progress under Solskjaer with each passing maybe 2 or 3 weeks that you catch up on?
Well, like I'm at being at the 3 games in a row live, right? It's rarely I get to see a team as often as that. Yes. I might see that scattered about over a 10-week period, but I've seen like 3 weeks ago at home to Brighton, last week at home. Away to Sheffield United, at home today. So I think I've a fair eye on it, and then I would have watched bits and pieces of the Astana match the other night, and I've seen the other matches. I think they're a bit irrelevant, those Europa League games, because they don't play the team. There's 11 changes today. Yeah. Have they made progress? I think they've made progress in that some of the younger players have got a game and are improving, and Wan-Bissaka is a potentially a top class right back. The rest of it, I don't think they have made a lot of progress with these players playing. I think they've got to get the likes of... McTominay has probably been their best player this season, and he's not playing now. He's missed the last couple of weeks, and they've missed him. And they're missing Pogba as well. I don't think they're missing Matic that much, but in the current circumstance they might be. I mean, if you're missing Pogba and McTominay, Matic should play, because the pairing of Pereira and Fred is not good enough for a top. Like, would either of them get into the teams that are in the top, say, 4 at the moment? I wouldn't think so. And Pereira is a number 10 playing in midfield. A number 10 in terms of style. He's an attacking midfield player that doesn't understand the defensive side of it. But there isn't great leadership. James is finding his way in the game and probably needs a little bit of a break from the team now. He's not going to get it because he's a key player. Rashford, my best goal scorer. He's in the groove at the moment, scoring goals. Martial lacks something. What I'd say is lacks aggressiveness, physicality. Use yourself, all your traits, every ounce of what you have to to challenge the defenders. I don't get that from him. I get excellence now and again on the ball and a little bit of intent, but not enough. So are they making progress? I'd say a small bit of progress, but until they've better players. I mean, look, Brandon Williams not good enough to be playing the Manchester United's first team at the moment for me. And I look at the bench today, and I go, right. So who's going to come on? Like Mata's fine, but his best days are behind him. But you look at the bench today and you go, oh my God, Jesse Lingard, come on, added a bit of life and a bit of zest to it in the front line. Ashley Young, defender. Luke Shaw, coming back from injury, not in great shape. Mason Greenwood, potential, definitely. Win the match for you? No, not today. Garner, midfield player for the Europa League and League Cup matches, I'd say, at the moment. And Tuanzebe, potential, but not for Manchester United to win or to do something significant at the moment. There's too much about potential at the moment and not enough about quality and the now.